this video, we will look at the current status of the Roundup cancer litigation as of the spring of 2021. We'll explore what's happening with the proposed $10 billion settlement of pending cases and the plan for handling future Roundup cases. Roundup was the most popular weed killer product in the world until about 5 years ago, when it was discovered that chronic exposure to the active ingredient in Roundup could cause certain types of cancer. This discovery was followed by a tidal wave of Roundup cancer lawsuits that were consolidated into a class action MDL in California. Monsanto and its successor, Bayer, had aggressively defended the Roundup claims, but after the first few test trials resulted in massive plaintiff verdicts, Bayer finally gave in and negotiated a $10 billion global proposed settlement. Right now, the Roundup settlement is waiting final court approval. Under the settlement terms, Bayer would pay about $9 billion to resolve the 90,000 individual Roundup lawsuits that are already filed and pending. The remaining $1 billion would be earmarked for a highly controversial proposal for dealing with all future Roundup claims filed after February 3, 2021. Under the proposed settlement, all future Roundup claims will basically get frozen for 4 years, while Bayer uses the $1 billion to fund a massive research study by a panel of independent scientific experts. This scientific panel will be tasked with determining once and for all whether there is solid evidence showing that Roundup exposure causes cancer. The findings of this scientific panel will be binding on anyone who has used Roundup in the U.S. and will determine whether any future Roundup lawsuits can be filed or not. If the science panel finds that the ingredient in Roundup does not cause cancer, then all future Roundup lawsuits against Bayer will basically be worthless and barred. If the panel does find that Roundup is a carcinogen, however, it will be game on for future Roundup lawsuits. The proposal to allow the findings of the science panel to determine the fate of all future Roundup lawsuits has sparked intense opposition both from the MDL judge and a growing group of plaintiffs' attorneys involved in the litigation. The fundamental problem with the arrangement is that it would limit the rights of future plaintiffs who are not parties to the current proceedings, and it takes decision-making away from juries and gives it to a secret scientific panel funded by Bayer. Our firm is currently still accepting new Roundup cases. If you have been diagnosed with lymphoma or skin cancer after regularly using Roundup for a long time period, call our office today for a free case consultation.